and welcome to Spellbound Homestead. My name is Taylor. This is where Laura Ingalls meets Morticia Adams, and I'm so glad that you're here. Today I'm going to be sharing with you some summer movie recommendations that are perfect for this time of the year. They're super nostalgic and adventurous. So if that sounds good to you, go ahead and grab your cup of coffee, tea, or beverage of choice, and let's chat about it. Summertime is the perfect time for outdoor movie nights or family movie nights, and so these are movies that help bring that nostalgic feel to summertime. And the first one is The Parent Trap, the Lindsay Lohan version. I always watch this movie every year, and I actually watched it last night with my family. It is perfect for summertime. We have all the camp vibes, and of course, it's a classic story about twins that are switching places. And actually, I love this movie so much as a kid that I decided I was going to cut my hair and make my mom cry, like that scene in the movie where they cut each other's hair. And I decided to take a pair of scissors and try to do the Parent Trap myself. And my poor mom has since recovered, but very traumatic for her. And watching her daughter at like 4 years old cut all her curls off. So this movie has a very special place in my heart, and in like the style choices that I have made. Very family favorite that we have watched is The Sandlot. I love baseball, and I love baseball movies, and I actually like sports movies pretty generally speaking. And The Sandlot is the classic one that has always been my favorite. And so we just watched this the other day, and my favorite character is Squints. I just think he's super funny, and like I said, just another classic nostalgic summertime movie. Stand By Me is an oldie but a goodie. This movie makes me cry, and it's just a perfect movie about boyhood and friendship and boys that are, starting to grow up and become men, and it's summertime, and they are going on an adventure because they have found out that there is a dead body. Want to go and try to find it so they can become heroes. And so this book, or actually this movie, is based on a Stephen King book, a short story of his. I believe it's a short story. And so it's called The Body, if I'm not mistaken. So this is a great movie with River Phoenix, and we have Will Wheaton and Corey Feldman and Jerry O'Connell, and it's just a perfect summertime movie. And I like that the main characters are boys, because it's kind of hard to find movies where the central and main characters are boys. And so it's just a really great movie, and it's very heartfelt and very touching, and it's a really great movie for summertime. Absolutely obsessed with this movie when it first came out, and still love it to this day. And I love it in first one especially because it's set during more about like the colonial American history, which is my favorite time period to learn about. And so we love a good adventure story about trying to find a treasure, and it's just, for whatever reason, this just screams summertime for me. I don't know if it's because it's set, more about the history surrounding like colonial America and the founding of America, and I just really enjoy this movie at summertime. Speaking of colonial American history, another one of my favorites is The Patriot with Mel Gibson. This is just such a great movie, and I think it's very well made and it's very well done. I personally love Mel Gibson. I think he's a great actor, and I love this movie so much that I almost named my son Gabriel after Heath Ledger's character in this movie. We didn't go with that, but it was almost happening. It was a second, it was top two. It was top two between his name and Gabriel. And so this is just a great movie about, the Revolutionary War and colonial America. And I love to watch this movie in the summertime. Me is another classic. To me, just very nostalgic. I love watching this movie in the summertime. I love watching any sort of Mummy or Adventures in Egypt. Those are just very, have all the summer vibes to it. And so I love giving The Mummy a rewatch this time of the year. Changing gears a little bit, I do have a show recommendation, but this is strictly for adults. I feel like this is not appropriate for children, in my opinion. It's called Black Sails, and it's one of my favorite shows. I typically like to rewatch it during the summertime. It has all things pirates, and what we're doing is we're following the story of Captain Flint, who is a character in Treasure Island, and we also have other notorious pirates that were real, and we are following those characters as well in this universe. So we have Captain Flint, Long John Silver, notorious pirates, and it's just a really great action-packed show. And one of my favorite things about this show is how smart it is and how intelligent it is. There's so many twists and turns that we follow along with the characters, and the ending is so sweet and satisfying, and it's one of my all-time favorite shows. So I love the show, and I highly recommend it for the adults. It wouldn't be a summertime movie recommendation list if I didn't share The Creature from the Black Lagoon, my Universal Monsters favorite, and we always give this a rewatch. And I love watching this movie outside because something is really fun about watching black and white movies outside during the summertime. Movies on my list are going to be family oriented or family friendly. The first one being Luca. I love this movie. I think he's so cute. It's a great family cartoon that you can watch about Luca, who is like a sea creature, and he is coming to land with his friend and all the adventures that they follow with them as they are teaming up with this girl in a contest so they can buy a Vespa, which is so cute. Aquamarine is a nostalgic and perfect for me and my girls. We love to watch this movie. I remember watching this when I was a kid, and we just love mermaid movies and friendship, and it has all like the early 2000 vibes, and it's just perfect for summertime. Mia. I have not watched this movie in quite some time, but I would love to give it a rewatch this summer. It's a summer musical. We have Meryl Streep, Amanda Seyfried, so I'm excited to give this a rewatch. Pirates of the Caribbean. Who doesn't love another pirate recommendation? Perfect for summertime. We have Johnny Depp, Keira Knightley, Orlando Bloom. Perfect for binge watching because there's so many in this series, and I just love all things pirates at this time of the year. Last movie on my recommendation list, I have not been able to find except on YouTube, and it's not very good quality. So if anybody knows where I can possibly find this movie, please let me know. Jag movie. I remember watching this when I was younger, and it's set during the 60s with four friends who are going to Myrtle Beach for like a bachelorette trip. One of the girls is getting ready to get married, and it's like their last hurrah as single friends and all the adventures that go on. We have like a shag dance contest that one is entering, and we have, you know, these girls are about to enter womanhood and just the adventures that they have on this weekend to Myrtle Beach. So that is going to be it for this video and all the movie recommendations for summertime. If you have any movies that you would like to recommend, please leave those down in the comments below so we can chat and share recommendations with each other. That being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe on your way out. And as always, I hope you have a magical day.